This is my shoot with Shane, February the 8th, 2001. It was in Dublin and he was on a massive bender. So the shoot was for The Observer, and Fred, the maker of these videos, had just been born. I was mindful of being a good dad and not wanting to leave my wife with 2 children unnecessarily. And so I decided that I could go to Ireland for the day, which I think would have been fine if I was photographing anyone else, but photographing somebody with such a fearsome reputation as Shane MacGowan, an unpredictable Machiavellian character, might have been bordering on foolhardy. I got a sense that things might not go according to plan when I met the PR, Cormac and Lynn, and they both seemed full of trepidation at the prospect of photographing Shane. So when we got to the hotel, the PR sort of hesitated and told Lynn and I that Shane had been drinking for a couple of days and he was in his hotel room, so we needed to sort of tread warily. We called up from reception and we didn't get any kind of response. The PR went up and spoke with him and we were told to come back later. I started to feel sort of quite angry and quite belligerent towards him. And so I decided to take the bull by the horns. I announced that I was going to bang on the door and get him out. I stomped up the stairs and I got to his front door and my hand was shaking as I went to knock the door. I sort of knocked it and then there was no response. So I knocked again a bit louder and I could hear something going on in the room. And I was about to knock the third time and the door opened. And he looked at me sort of in an accusatory way. And I said, "Hi, Shane. Harry Borden, I'm the photographer. We're really keen to do the photo shoot and the pictures." And I thought, is he going to hit me or is he going to slam the door in my face? And instead he looked me in the eye and he said, "Out in the street, now." He still had his pint glass the whole time, and in the fading evening light, which actually worked quite well, it was quite soft, I got these pictures of him just sitting on a step looking forlorn and morose. Within a couple of minutes, he'd had enough. He'd kept his side of the bargain. So the pictures in the street I took on my Fuji rangefinder medium format camera on Tri-X black and white film, because it's good in low light situation. You don't need much light. Tri-X is 400 ASA, so it's quite sensitive. It's a bit grainy, but that can add to the atmosphere. On our way back in, I'd set up a little studio, one simple light with an umbrella to soften it, and I did a couple of rolls, one colour, one black and white, of headshots. And with a face like his, all that pathos and expression comes out and you can't lose. Often the quality of the picture you get is directly proportional to the amount of time you have with the subject, up until a point, because at some point the subject loses interest and you might as well just give up. But every now and then you get very little time, but there's an energy, there's danger, someone is unpredictable. Then you can get something that has some truth to it. You have no control, it's like surfing a wave. You're not able to direct the subject, but in the right circumstances, you can get a better result than if you'd had all morning with them.